everybody.
Welcome to Coffee and Chaos. It is Tourniquet Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing good. I was going to be here like 5 minutes ago. I set up, I'm like getting everything going, and the internet was acting wonky for a second. I said, uh-oh, gotta have that stuff. But anyway, here we are. We're good. Let's see. Good gracious. Got a lot of folks up in here. Bobby Bama, Ground Fog, Levi, Bad Dream, Dan Booker, Northern Hillbilly, Live Life, Just Lark Shotgunner. Good morning, guys. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. Hope you got your prepared citizen coffee mug. I tell you what, I was just thinking this morning, the way I do these things is insane. Insane in the membrane. Because I never have a schedule or anything. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to feel like I need to get more organized. We never have an agenda on any of my lives. We just get on here and talk, which is okay, I guess too. It's all good. Was it really Northern Hillbilly? I'll be dang. He said the internet was. Yeah, I don't know. It was just being slow this morning. Like I had to restart the computer for it to pick up, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It might not even have been the computer. It's probably, Elon Musk. I want a new shotgun. I'll take it. I want an A300. Fly by the seat of your beard. Pretty much. I mean, that's how it goes a lot of times. I tell you what, guys. We never did. Correct me if I'm wrong. We never did get an update on the e-files. I think the deadline, the day of the deadline, was when we had new headlines, and that was about the Venezuela dude being brought over here. So that was pretty interesting. I guess yet another attempt to make everyone forget, about what goes on, what really goes on in politics, besides them spending our money like there's no tomorrow without any type of accountability on bullshit. So, anyway. The AI, I don't know if it's AI or not. I mean, wouldn't surprise me at this point. I will say that. Yes. Yes, the e-files definitely are gay. Everyone's part of it is gay. Well, actually, they're a lot worse than gay, but you know what I mean. Oh, Brown and Sweet 16. What, like the A5, old A5 shotgun? I got one in the safe, actually. Got two barrels to it. Delta is some badass dude. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's pretty funny. Whew. Maduro and Diddy both held oil reserves. Oh man. I'm like seals that leave troops behind. I ain't gonna talk too much shit on them. I never made it to that, so it wasn't a Delta guy, but it was special operations dude that was assigned as our Overwatch. So I'm not gonna talk trash on them, any of them for that matter. But yeah, there's good and I will say there's good and bad in all communities. I don't care what it is. Oh, nice. I got a pretty old model 1100 28 gauge. My dad got me that when I was a little bitty fella. I would like to. That's always the rule report. Good morning, brother. Good to see you, man. That's that's like my retirement plan. I'd like to have a little gunsmith shop. I think that's something I could do that would calm my nerves, especially like redoing bluing and like wood stocks and things like that. That's pretty cool to me. Like building ARs is I don't know. So there's dudes out there that think that's guns like that is so far from gunsmithing. It's so far from really. I don't know. It's honest. Like I put building ARs on the same level as Legos. I call it Legos for grown men. Is what I call it. It's really not that bad. So, but yeah, what you've been doing, Dan Booker? That's cool stuff. That's kind of stuff I'd like to do. I have a pretty good uh, machining, tool and die background, engineering background, and I think I would enjoy that. I would still have a lot to learn, but I feel like I have a pretty good base to start with, I guess, as far as knowledge goes. Speaking of which, the Forerunner took a dump on me yesterday. That sucked. But got home, um, ran some the little what vent lines because it was throwing a code for one of those, and replaced all the spark plugs with some new ones, and it was I think that got us where we need to be. The number 6 spark plug, when I took it out, it was wet. It was wet. It was getting a little gunk pushing by it. Luckily, all the threads there, all that stuff was good, so it hadn't been like a detonation type thing. But the spark plug was loose as well. It was not tight as it should have been. So that's what she said. But so I got all new plugs in there, everything properly anti-seized, all that good stuff. So we should be good. Should be good. It ran really smooth on the about a what is that 4 or 5 mile test drive. So Lord willing, should be good. I nearly went on a trip to North Carolina, which I really wanted to go on, but it would have sucked for that to happen like on the interstate. That would have been horrible. Luckily, I was close to home, got it limped home, and we're good. But anyway, oh, that's cool. You know, another really cool shotgun I have. It belonged to my grandfather on my dad's side. By the time I ended up with this thing, it was in shit condition, so I had to completely take this thing apart, like down to each and every pin and spring, like everything. Had to completely disassemble this thing. It was so nasty, like the bolt would barely move. I replaced all the spring. I had to order new springs from Benelli, but it's called a Benelli M1. And what's really cool about this is at this point in time when Benelli was manufacturing these shotguns, I guess they couldn't. I don't know if it was either they couldn't meet the demand or they didn't have the capability yet to manufacture the receivers and everything for these shotguns. And it's actually engraved on the, or not engraved, but labeled on the receiver. It was manufactured by H&K. The receiver was, so it's pretty cool. It's a Benelli M1 shotgun, and a lot of SWAT dudes that like custom build shotguns will start with that receiver. It's a pretty cool little piece. It's a sweet shooting shotgun though. It is, especially now, is flipping awesome. It is smoother than a brand new, or just as smooth as a brand new one. And I've put an Indian Creek bird choke on it, and that thing is pretty awesome. So, but anyway, it's a cool. It's an early '90s shotgun, so it's a pretty cool little piece. Yeah, 100% live life. I'd like to do that as well. I know that sucks, bad dream, when you get crap like that going on. Don't forget too that Venezuela is one of the last countries to have a central bank. Teresa Buckhannon, good morning, young lady. Yeah, happy New Year. Hope everybody had a happy New Year. Bad dream, you have uh no choice but to love H. I hope you love H&K. Bad dream. I think you are like, I think you may not be, but I think you're the most invested person I know now in H&K. I think. Yeah, really. That's the damn truth, man. That's all. You know, I tell you, with all the every year, with every president, I would say since Bush, I guess. You know, think about all, well, Clinton. Well, every president, every president. I'm sure even a lot of you older guys that remember uh beyond that, you know, for me it goes back to Clinton. I can remember a fair amount about Clinton. Like Uh, that was in the 90s. I was born in the 80s, so that's kind of when I started learning things. And the La Monica thing was kind of hard to hide. But anywho, um, you know, all the corruption you see every single year, and holy cow, guys, I was watching, or I've been watching. I finally finished it on Netflix, the documentary on Vietnam. Like, and it was very in depth, good documentary. It is insane. Like, I am surprised our government wasn't overran during that time. Like that's pretty wild. I knew there was a lot of corruption back back then, but I had no idea like the level of uh corruption with the government. And like JFK getting assassinated, like holy cat. Like I've always heard, and I remember in history class, I remember kind of thinking when you're reading the turn of events and all this thing, you're like, man, that's really seems like it points toward the government. But, it could be blah, 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 these activists and things like that. You know, uh, guys, if you if you watch that documentary, I don't know if uh, the creators of that documentary intended it to or not, but with all the events occurring, and then when that, because they put everything in order, is 100% the government, guys. Like that, 100%, 110%. JFK was not playing ball. That's really what it boiled down to. And yeah, that's very true. I was talking about this the other day. I'd say, wasn't it World War I when they started all the extra, the property taxes, all kinds of mumbo jumbo like that. And then they were like, to fund the war, excuse me, to fund the war. And then they were going to be like, all right, when the world war's over, when we're paid up, when we're out of debt, this is all going to go away. But the government, all the people in the government, I should say, were corrupt, and they were like, no, this is a lot of money for us. We're not just going to give this money up. We'll keep charging the American people. By the next generation, they'll forget about it. This will be normal, and they're not going to do jack shit about it. And here we are. I mean, 100 years later, not 100, but 80 years later, and yeah, still paying it. Ain't doing shit. They're taxing the ever living piss out of us now. And nothing is said, done. Shut up, go to work, be a good little boy and girl, watch your football, enjoy your soy lattes from Starbucks, and yeah, that's it. And even to this day, I hate saying it, but just a quick scroll on Facebook, all this, there's a lot of people putting stuff on Trump right now, like, or about Trump, like, oh yeah, we got him. We we got the leader of Venezuela. Woo, America's saved. And all this stuff. And it's funny. It's funny memes, but this dude called Trump a coward, and I'm thinking, how many, like, you should look around the world. You got a lot of dudes to round up if you're gonna go after everybody that calls you a pussy. You got you got a lot of work to do. You're barely getting started, big boy. But I just feel like there's a lot more problems that like, for instance, we could be, everybody's like, oh, it's all about the oil, it's all about the oil. I'm thinking, don't we have one of the largest oil reserves in the world? Like that one that runs to Canada, to the central United States. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I've been told anyway. That's like one of the largest ones in the world, and that we could fully be self-sustained, and probably with the cleanest oil there is. But I don't know. Tactical Muffin Top, what's up, brother? And the modern Minuteman himself. What's happening, guys? Good to see y'all. Just over here ranting. Just over here ranting. You know, all the stuff that's going on in the world. Oh, yeah, 100%. It makes you wonder what all this is a distraction for, don't it, Levi? Which, like I said, the Venezuela headlines come out the day the e-files should have been, accounted for or uncovered more so. So, that's one thing. I mean, when Obama, I don't know if y'all remember this, when Obama, he was starting the largest race war in the world right here in America, in the most non-racist country. When he was starting all that, Michael Brown, all this stuff, which led to BLM and everything, all the bullshit we know today, all the domestic terrorists. When he was getting all that started, that was when he was signing the backdoor deal to with Iran to give them all that money, and it's when they really upstarted their nuclear war thing. And then I don't know. And then after that, it's like, oh yeah, they better not do that. Well, we just gave them $5 billion, so which I thought was kind of funny. It wasn't funny, but just finding that out afterward, and that was kind of when I was like, wow, the government has never changed. Like, it doesn't matter who's in. I will say Obama probably did the best job of selling the American people's souls right in front of them, and no one doing jack shit about it. And then I guess from there it's just like went to next level to the next level to the next level. So, ever seen the movie Wag the Dog? No, I've not seen that movie. Sounds interesting. Oh yeah, we're not even pawns. We are the maggots. The citizens, we are the maggots on the bottom of their shoe. That's what we are. And that is exactly why they don't give two shits about what we think. Like, whatever poll or what. The only time they care about polls and like what we actually think is around election time. And the only reason they want to know is just not so they can do anything, so they can just say things to appeal to us. Sister Krista, good morning, young lady. And I mean, and guys, as much as crazy as it is, if you think back, like, honestly, I don't know who would be running against Trump right now, but like our last election, if it was those two again, I'm still going to vote for that dude. I'm just hoping when he's done running, we get a better Republican than him. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, one point I was gonna make about the other day is signal stick here. The Facebooks, you get people on there, like, you don't see anything about like what's going on about modern events. I mean, there's people boasting about Trump going to get the Venezuela dude, but I mean, as far as like, dude, look at our gas prices, our food price. Like, nothing has went down. Nothing. And no one says, I mean, they may bitch about it here and there, but like, no one talks about the root cause. It's like no one wants to, um, talk about, I don't know, some of the things Trump's doing may not be, I feel like he's doing more ego stuff than anything right now. And I'm not against it. I think all presidents do that, but at the same time, he needs to be making some strides towards uh, some economic relief for his constituents. I mean, probably that's probably what everybody voted for. If you really boiled it down and asked them, I would, because he got so many blacks and Latinos and all this stuff this go around. That's probably why. It's because everybody wants their flipping prices lowered, man. And because I don't give a shit what color you are. Uh, when you're when you're broke, you're broke. It that's it's a common thing. So and it don't matter what community you're in, like people are struggling. Uh, so I just feel like he got away from that, and no one bitches about like the core stuff. But by God, if their football team loses, people are irate on social media. It's insane, like how outspoken people are about football. It cracks me up, and I'm just like, hey, I can't tell you how many times I've offered for local dudes come train, come get out, test that gear, come learn what gear you might need, learn some new skills. Nope. But you better believe they're all about making every effort to get together for um, football weekends. Like the other weekend, I didn't even know what was going on. I took my kids to Waffle House, and because my oldest, well, and they were both wanting Waffle House. But anyway, that is not cheap anymore. By the way, we went to Waffle House, and on the way up there, at least a dozen houses had a dozen or more vehicles outside of them. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, everyone's having a party. Like, what is going on? I've not seen this many people gather like this for anything in like a long time. Or I didn't think so. Maybe I live under a rock. But anyway, come to find out, long story short, football games. There was some I guess popular football games that was going on. And I'm just like, who really? Like really? I don't know. I guess I'm the oddball. But with all this going on, with all this being said, what can you do about it? Well, you can make yourself better. You can make yourself better. You can make yourself stronger. You can make yourself smarter. When I say smarter, I ain't saying about all this necessarily, but read some books, get some skills, put yourself in a better position. Don't just bitch about things getting bad. Like, put yourself in a better position. So, make every effort to do that, to put your family in a better position. So, because my thing, I try to be realistic about it. I'm honestly not like a doomsday person, but I try to look at things that has happened that I've seen happen within my country. So I'm not like doing something too crazy. But like, for example, COVID. Um You can tell this ain't scripted, but because someone would have hired someone 10 times better than me to talk. But COVID, that places went without food for up to a week. You know what I mean? It was very scarce how much food was getting to places for at least a week. Some places claimed 2 weeks. So what does that tell me? I'm like, well, I would just double that, like double the most I've seen in person here in my country, and I would at least want a month of stuff put up. I, a lot of people. What was things that were needed that weren't available? Toilet paper. That was hilarious. Um, but firearms, ammunition, a lot of things you could not get, or it was astronomically high in cost to obtain these things. So I would look at those things and like be covered. You know what I mean? Firearms training, it's one of those things you'll probably never use it, but it's that 0.1% thing that if you don't do it right, if you fuck it up, you'll die and your family possibly. So have that kind of stuff squared away. Get some firearm training, like real, not at the sheriff's office, not that bullshit. Like actual gunfighting training. That's what you want. What else? Yeah, I mean, to me, those are the big ones. I never want my family to look at me and be hungry, and I never want them to doubt my ability to keep them safe. It's pretty simple. Beyond that, everything else is a bonus. So, being able to have some generators, have solar, gas generators, things like that. These are actionable things you can do right now. Yes, cost of things are high, it's aggravating, but all these things, training, ammunition, weapon systems, gear, food, water, all these things are obtainable right now. I will tell you right now, if food and water ever becomes scarce, people will kill each other over it. The best of people you thought in humanity, they will become absolute animals and kill people over it. Uh, the simple way to know that is ask yourself, if your children were crying, starving, in pain, what would you do to feed them? And that's where 90% of, or probably more than 90% of people would be if something really bad happened. Granted, the government would try to have everything up and running, like supply lines, things like that, quickly, but with that time being, all your lowest to alpha solutions. What's up, brother? He said it earlier, but all the degenerates in your local area, your local criminals, like if they're already criminals, used to going to jail periodically, do you think they're really going to care when some kind of collapse happens? Because I can promise you, law enforcement, military, they will have much bigger priorities than, your little homestead with your chickens. They're not going to send their multi-million-dollar drones and equipment and resources to raid you. I can promise you. Like, you would have to have enough stuff to feed a platoon for months before they even considered doing anything to you. You would have to be pretty important. So, yes, I actually talked to a guy that he was a child. His parents were like normal adults during the Great Depression, and That's a good point too, Alpha. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I'll just go hunting because I live out in the country." Like, yeah, I do too. He said that there were no deer. He said everyone thought of that. So rabbits, deer, squirrel, fish, like all of that stuff will be obsolete at that point. And yeah, after the Great Depression, um, a lot of areas had to import deer back into their area because they became extinct in that area. Not off the planet, but in that area where there were normally tons of deer, there were no more. So anyway, things to think about. That's why I like dry food. If you can do a garden, do that too. That's super awesome skills. But at the same time, like that is the best long term uh answer is in Grit and Grace, her channel. I don't know how many of you, most of you know her, but go check out her stuff. She has some awesome stuff. She grows a lot of her own stuff. But the dry food, the reason I like dry food, like if a hurricane, flooding, whatever, I can pick that shit up and go. Like I got it in buckets. I literally, like for my Forerunner, I can bring about 2 weeks worth of food and water and the family in one run. Like throw it in there and go. So there's that. But anyway, all right, guys, I gotta go get some kids up for school. We got a busy day today. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. So yeah, I got a few things I gotta get done today. I'm acting the role of accountant and inventory specialist. So what tomorrow's role will be, I don't know. It could be anything. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I thank every one of you. God bless you. Thank you for coming in here, drinking some coffee with me. We ranted about how crazy the world is and some actionable things we can do to make ourselves and the people around us better and put them in a better place. So I hope everybody, yeah, don't get all gloom and doom. I know a lot of channels will get gloom and doom, and I'm just not about that. I'm like, dude, number one, God's in control. As long as we're still breathing, we have a purpose, and we need to continue to put ourselves in the best position we can, because that's what He put us here to do. So, I need to I got to get classes scheduled. That's something I'm actually going to be working on today too, and I'm starting EMT school. Starting that too, so it's going to be busy. I'll be done with that though in April, so just gotta muscle it out till then. Anywho, guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out. If y'all need any medical kits or radios or supplies, please head over to preparedcitizenstg.com. Check out my website. You got any questions about anything, let me know. There's a code, prepared10, all caps, no spaces, as my way of saying thank you for supporting me here on YouTube, hanging out, drinking coffee with me, just being part of the YouTube Prepared Citizens family. If you want more in depth, if you want to get in on some online training, check out the Skool platform. I've got it in the description. It's a place where I'm going to be doing some online classes, one every month. We just did a land nav one. It's totally free if you want to go check it out. It was more of a PowerPoint class, but still, you can definitely get something out of it if you're new to land nav. So please go check that out. Let me know what you think of that if you want to. But if not, we'll be back Friday. Friday morning, Thursday evening this week, and then Friday morning, same place, same time. So, guys, y'all be good. God bless you, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See y'all.